From high atop Healthcare Hill in Central Maryland, this is BSN Headline News. Today's top story is Corporate Responsibility Week. This week, May 19th through the 23rd, Bon Secours is celebrating Corporate Responsibility Week. Corporate Responsibility Week stems from the national week-long recognition of corporate compliance and ethics, which highlights the importance of ethics, compliance, and responsibility in the workplace. Many companies use the week to raise awareness about corporate responsibility and ethics. For Bon Secours, we turn to Senior Vice President of Corporate Responsibility and Development, Jeff Oak, for some guidance. Here's Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff Oak, the Corporate Responsibility Officer for Bon Secours Health System. And I want to thank you for joining me and others as we celebrate Corporate Responsibility Week, which highlights the importance of the code of conduct in the workplace within Bon Secours Health System. The purpose of corporate responsibility is to strengthen a culture of integrity across the organization. And I like to think of integrity as aligning our values and our beliefs with our conduct and our business practices. So in observance of Corporate Responsibility Week, I'd like to encourage you to do three things. First one is to take out the code of conduct. It's available electronically on BSHE's website, Iris, or you can get a hard copy of it from your Corporate Responsibility Officer. The second thing I'd like to encourage you to do is to send a note to your Corporate Responsibility Officer or your HIPAA Privacy Officer and simply thank them for what they do on behalf of the organization, often behind the scenes, to strengthen that culture of integrity. And the third thing I'd like to encourage you to do is to identify someone that you work with. Could be one of your bosses, could be a peer or a coworker, could be someone who works for you, who you think is a role model for the code of conduct. And tell them thanks by email or face-to-face that you appreciate the way in which they are a role model for the code of conduct. So there it is, three really simple things. Take a look at the code of conduct, thank your CRO or your HIPAA Privacy Officer, and identify someone you work with who you think is a role model, and let them know that. I want to thank you for all that you do to be good help to those in need. Have a great day.
Watch for details on the Corporate Responsibility Scavenger Hunt on Iris. Corporate Responsibility Week, May 19th through the 23rd this week. In other news, in our continuing series on the 8 values of Bon Secours, today we are looking at integrity. Integrity implies a highly developed sense of ethical behavior consistent with that expected of an individual or organization with great moral character. Integrity is having our actions in harmony with our convictions and values. This integration of behavior with our convictions and values applies to each of us as individuals as well as collectively as an organization. Integrity behavioral norms include put our mission and values into practice. Evaluate new plans and projects for consistency with our mission. Speak the truth. Respond with candor in all situations. Live up to our commitments. Be honest in all our business dealings. And welcome and address constructive criticism. That's integrity, just one of the values of Bon Secours. Finally, National Nurses Week was May 6th through May 12th. Here at BSN Headline News, we are celebrating all month long. This week's story covers the emerging discipline of nursing informatics. To learn more about nursing informatics, we turn to Bon Secours' Chief Nursing Informatics Officer, Patty Sengstack. We wanted to find out just what is nursing informatics and what does informatics have to do with nursing at the bedside? What we discovered may surprise you. Here's Patty.
So I'm Patty Sengstack, and I'm the Chief Nursing Informatics Officer for the Bon Secours Health System.
I'm going to ask a very broad question and a very fundamental question.
Okay.
What is informatics?
That's a really good question. I get asked that a lot. I'll go to a social event and people say, well, what do you do? And I say, well, I'm in nursing informatics. And they all look at me with this puzzled look on their face. What is that? So I typically answer, in a social setting, I typically answer it like this. I'll say, so, you know, if you have like a team of technologists, and then you have the nurses and the doctors and all the clinical people here, informatics sits right in the middle. It's kind of a liaison between the two that helps translate. So many times you've seen, you may have seen, when the technologists create something for the care providers, it just doesn't work. So you need somebody to help translate and make sure that whatever you're creating is something that's going to support workflow, it's going to be easy to use, it's going to make sense for the care providers that have to use it. Now, if I'm in a professional audience, I'll get a little more specific about it. So I may say something like, it's the combination or the integration of nursing science, computer science, and information science, all working together to help support care delivery to the patient using technology. Well, I'll just say that one of the things that I've dealt with since I've been here at Bon Secours is that their biggest issue and challenge that they've shared with me is that people don't know what we do. And in one of the meetings that I was in, somebody raised their hand and said, these people are like a hidden treasure. I didn't know we had them. This is wonderful. We need to take advantage of their skills and expertise. And I said, thank you. Yes, please do. They are there and they can help. So on the other side, I told the nurse leads, I said, okay, I've just paved this path for you. Now go and knock on the door of your chief nurses, make yourself known, share the data, volunteer to give a presentation, and lead the way. Dr.
Patty Sengstack, Bon Secours' Chief Nursing Informatics Officer. Well, that's it for this week. Stay tuned to this portal for future up-to-the-minute information on these and other stories on BSN Headline News. I'm Dave Schlachter. Thanks for joining us. BSN Headline News is a production of Bon Secours Productions and is solely responsible for its content.